minute, and you have exactly 15 minutes. And it is now 4:37. At 4:38, 4:53, I'll be stopping you. So you better move quickly so that you maximize on the little time that we have for you.
Thank you, Session Chair. My name is Danson Mwashako, Member of Parliament, Undanyi constituency, and the current Chair of Coast Parliamentary Group. I'm here with a few of my colleagues who, if you allow me, they just say a name, introduce themselves, and then we proceed.
It's not time for that.
Okay.
There's no time for that.
Thank you, Chair. Now, I want to make submissions on behalf of Coast Parliamentary Group. This is a caucus bringing together the leadership of, the elected members of Parliament and the nominated members of Parliament from Coast Region. Chair, we want to submit to this. First of all, we want to say that we do recognize this National Dialogue Committee, famously called Bipartisan Talks Committee, and we're here to make submissions with the full realization that our submissions will be carried. I'll start with the boundary delimitations. Chair, as CPG, the Coast Parliamentary Group, we have the view of that the 290 constituencies as currently established in our constitution should not be subject for discussion. The legal provision of having some of them protected should ideally be dropped, and therefore, if there is any consideration around population to create new constituencies, then the constitution should be amended to consider 290 going up, but the 290 should remain as they are today. Equally, in Coast Region, we have 3 of our counties that are extremely populated. We are recommending that Kwale gets 2 additional constituencies. We're recommending that Kilifi also gets 3 constituencies, and then Mombasa gets 3 constituencies. With the view of understanding how Lamu County is, we know in terms of population threshold may not meet the threshold, but because of the uniqueness of islands and what have you, we're also recommending 1 constituency for Lamu County. Chair, we've had a perennial problem around our boundaries, the so-called coast province. The current coast region, we have a lot of encroachment from other counties that neighbor the coast region, and therefore we are recommending that the colonial coast region boundaries, that is the coast province, remain unchanged, and so that we can settle the encroachment from other counties. In particular, we have an issue with Garissa, we have an issue with Makwiny, we have an issue with Kitui, and we have an issue with Kajiado. Number 2, Chair, this one I'll mention in passing, because though it's an important point. As Coast Parliamentary Group, we emphasize that NGCDF, NGAF, should be enshrined in the Constitution. We are also saying that Word Development Fund, should also be established and also find its space in our country's Constitution. Number 3, there is an imminent privatization or concessioning of the Mombasa port and the Lamu port. Chair, as CPG, this privatization is of great concern for all of us. And the coast region, we pride ourselves to be the custodians of the Mombasa and Lamu port. And therefore, any debate to either concession, either privatize, either lease, must be brought to the attention of the coast people. And having said this, Chair, we are asking that whatever is going on now, the coast leadership must be involved, because it's a constitutional provision that a public participation must be undertaken. Having said that, we have seen the government do so much for Western Kenya when it comes to sugar issues. We have seen a lot happening in Mount Kenya concerning coffee issues. So anything touching on the port of Mombasa must also be, brought to the attention of the leaders. and the leaders are the CPG and the Council of Governors and the Jumuiya ya